Hello and welcome to the RPG Blender, where we give lesser played games or forgotten settings the roll the dice they deserve. I'm your host, Game Master George, thrilled to welcome you to the next chapter in our adventure. Our heroes have been tasked with helping save the city of Nechara, but what awaits them in the trees? Find out as we explore a new land of power and ancient secrets in Exalted. Remember me? Hello and welcome to the RPG Blender. I am, of course, your host, Game Master George, as we return to the world of Exalted. Joining me today is Craig. Say hello, Craig.
Howdy, howdy, gang. This is Craig playing Dhiram Barath, and a fun fact about Dhiram Barath. You all probably have already noticed this, but one of his intimacies is that he's not okay with slavery.
Ouch.
I know. Gasp shock, but that is in fact one of his intimacies, hence why he is so adamant about the specifics of certain groups and cults. So there's a little fun fact for y'all.
Speaking of that moment, when was your deadline? It was when you returned that he has to do his thing with his cult, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's good. No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, also here is Greg. Say hello, Greg.
Hey, everybody. I'm also not okay with slavery, but...
You, Greg, or you, Adramalik?
Both are not okay with slavery. But Adramalik was raised as part of a family that's primary export was human slaves, and that is part of the reason why he was banished and left and lost his inheritance and everything. So he's trying to find a way to reclaim that, and maybe we'll see him succeed, maybe we'll see him fail, maybe we'll see him die in this episode. Who knows?
Hey, he's already died once. It can't get much worse, right?
Yes, that's true.
And fresh on his 39 hours awake, we have Rich. Say hello, Rich.
How are you tonight?
Yes.
Oh boy, it's gonna be one of those.
Yes.
I play a Smiling Mountain who is super okay with slavery. It's all right.
But now, he has a particular kind of slavery that he's okay with, right?
Oh, that is absolutely true. You cannot mistreat the people who are beneath you. Actually, and that's in this not just slavery. You are not supposed to mistreat people who are below you, just period. But slavery is this particular kind because those people have already submitted to you, and therefore you are obligated to make their lives as pleasant as possible as they make your life as pleasant as possible.
Well, with that, last time our heroes, well, what did they do? They waited around in town for a day, found their friend.
Yeah, found
They
him.
then went out into the woods where you were attempting to track down the Beastman horde that is coming to probably
They're
destroy
beastmen? I
Nechara.
thought they were humans and we were just calling them beasts.
Have you ever seen a
we don't know.
Beastman?
The broken
don't know what they
horn
are.
tribe, the barbarians.
Yeah, I thought they were just barbarians.
Guess
Well,
you'll
I mean-
find out.
I have a feeling they're probably beastmen.
I was gonna say, are they gonna be like Thundercat barbarians? Because those are totally different things.
Yo, if we can get a lino on our side, yes, please.
So you made your way out into the forest, a few days trek out of Nechara, where you eventually made your way toward what you think are the signs of the camp. And as you did, Mountain threw Dhiram up into the air, and as he did, he caught sight of a figure in the trees above. Landing deftly upon one of the branches on his way back to the earth, he then heard a voice from behind him, which claimed to recognize his sword. And that is where we return.
Objection.
Objection?
He clambered onto that branch. He did not land gracefully.
Hey, come on! You can't give me that. This is where. Okay.
I was trying to rack my brains. Did anything else happen last episode?
We tried to get sponsorships that way I could take the merit for wealth.
Right.
And instead I covered a bunch of people in meat viscera.
Right.
And
Yeah, and I tried to establish a business in a clothing shop.
did a lot of failed
Did it?
attempts and a lot of role play.
Yes.
Yeah, Mountain and Adramalik had some nice banter. Pretty much as Mountain was actively warning him about all of the illegal issues that were going to come from his business propositions.
Smiling Mountain, attorney at law.
Yeah, and then of course the slave dynamic debacle, Dhiram returning meeting, and everybody getting back onto the same page.
Oh, and how could I forget getting Dirham new clothes?
Not yet. Oh yeah, you're wearing all
Yeah,
shitty clothes.
yeah,
Very
him
important.
looking in like
Yep.
odd mismatching.
You look like
Did you
Joxer.
continue wearing that as you left the city? Or
Yeah.
did you change back into your normal clothes?
No,
It's been a few days.
has it been a few days?
I mean,
no.
do you really change your clothes every day when you're out there?
I mean, I don't think I would do. I mean, if we camp, I would probably just maintain the necessities of my gear because it's a disguise for the city. I don't really give a crap about what's going on here. I just need to not
be a mistake.
I
be
feel like
identifiable.
Mountain would change his pants a lot because I feel like he probably doesn't wear a lot of shirts. But he definitely changed his pants a lot.
Okay.
I'm giant.
Well,
okay.
With that segue,
Dirham will, like, hearing the voice and as well as the touch, because if I remember correctly, something touched my back while I was on the tree branch.
yes, a
And
gentle hand.
Yeah. He will swing one leg over the tree branch to sort of turn and pivot around with the gun at the ready to see who's there.
Okay, you turn around.
And you die instantly.
Too much laughter for me.
So not strong.
Okay, so you turn around, and as you do, you can see perched on the branch in front of you a lithe woman, loosely garbed, with darker skin. She's eyeing you and does not appear to have any weapons immediately drawn. She does not. Well, you can give me a socialize roll. You can give me a perception socialize.
Cool. I'm the correct person for this. Yes, I will do this.
You are the one who's there.
I know.
Or are the most correct person.
Perception socialize. Okay. Dirham, in turning and taking in the figure, attempts to maintain eye contact and keep a sort of demeanor of cautious energy, but also control as he sort of eyeballs her, not with the gun pointed at her, but clearly ready as he takes in her and sort of perks an eyebrow at her reveal. Okay.
You can have a 1-dot stunt.
I'll take the one. I don't need any more than one. I don't need any more than one. I just need something.
The cajoling eyebrows.
I haven't put it in it. Okay. 3.
3. Okay. Her stance does not appear hostile. She's watching you closely, though it's hard to tell exactly what she's thinking as she's looking at you. She does appear to be a very young woman. You can make out she has a neck wrapping on, but you can make out just the little peaks of a scar going around her neck of some kind.
Excuse me. I think this is an odd place to meet someone I might know.
Is it?
Recognize my sword?
Somewhat. It's more a familiarity.
Okay.
He just never came down. I don't know who he is.
How does they don't understand? I mean, it's sort of like you throw something up and they come back down. That's like a law or something, right? I mean,
Am I to assume the people we've been looking for are in your company?
Who are you looking for?
I believe they go by the Broken Horn tribe.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm with them.
Well, I'm with them, I say, pointing down below.
She looks down at the large man who is just gesticulating and looking around wildly, and the smaller gentleman who is just lazily looking around, wondering about some law of gravitas? Don't know.
Would you be so kind as to join me and my fellows down below? We can continue this conversation there.
We could, but it's so much more comfortable up here.
Fair enough. Dirham calls down. Mountain, Adramalik, come on up.
Oh, did I hit you into branch?
No, I caught it quite gracefully. Come on up. We have company.
Oh, okay.
well, you know how good I am with the climbing, so I can do this. Yep, sure can. But it actually looked quite fun when you threw him. Could you toss me? Could you just toss me up there, please, real quick?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah,
I pick him up and I throw him up there because he wants me to, and I'm an obliging person.
Okay, you can give me a strength athletics roll using your mighty through, of course.
Oh, hell yes.
Meanwhile, Adramalik, I will need a Dex Athletics to catch a branch.
Yep. So Adramalik, as he's catapulted through the air by the strength of Smiling Mountain or Rakim, he will put his arms at his sides, kind of like a pencil diver, to streamline his ascent as he soars through the air like a bullet.
Oh, you're gonna want to spread.
As soon as he reaches, once he reaches a certain height, as soon as he sees where Dirham is, he will extend his limbs outwards to sort of catch the air, and then he'll pirouette and kind of like spin, using his arms to sort of position himself and direct the flow of air. So he careens towards the branch where he sees Dirham and the strange woman. Do I get a stud for any of that?
I'll give you a $2 for that.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I reel back, feeling that Adramalik wants to go really fast, and my arm pulses, and as I throw him, his face is just being pulled back from G's as I throw him into air.
Those many gravitases get you one dot stunt.
I will take it. This is what we were aiming for.
You don't need more dice.
I know. It's actually probably detrimental at this point.
You are creating
throw
the
me into
difficulty
the
that he's
space.
going to have to succeed against, but that's fine.
Uh-oh.
Dirham
Hope
looks
not.
at the lady as Adramalik comes flying up and just slowly pans over and mouths extra.
That's how you got up there. What the hell?
I had pirouette and triple Salchow reverse, thrusts into a lazy dock
all right.
sit over to the branch.
Yeah, all right. That's fair. I have a flair for the dramatic, but I got drama in my name. So.
That's the character. That's the character.
What are you gonna do?
That's true. You do have drama in the name. I like that.
How long have you been waiting to use that line?
Actually, just came to me.
Oh, impressive. Okay.
Serendipitous.
So, what's your throw successes?
6, because I didn't use any powers behind it, because I didn't think I would need it.
Okay.
I'm into the
got
stratosphere at that point.
4 successes.
Okay, that's fine. You get launched up, you spread yourself out as you are coming down, and you do manage to grab a tree branch on your way down.
Nice. Do I grab it more gracefully than Dirham? This is the important part.
It wasn't very hard. He barely got it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a 4 beat what he got, but it has been 2 weeks, so I could
That's
be
fair.
wrong
That's
about
fair.
that.
It's
That's
like,
fair.
I think it was like 2.
You would know anyway. You didn't even see. You guys did. You guys thought.
Yeah,
no,
we were-
that is true.
I'm saying it as a neutral arbiter of your poor landing, not as Smiling Mountain.
God damn it.
And as you grab the branch, you two can see the woman perched there, more gracefully than either of you.
Not that me. Let's calm down. I go up with my crane style.
Okay. And then Mountain,
I see no other way that I can exist in a tree with the size that I am.
And then Mountain just leaps off the ground onto a tree branch and leaps from branch to branch to branch, making his way up there effortlessly.
Branches that are like this thick, like yay thick, the size of a pool cue. Just
For our listeners,
awesome.
he put his fingers very close together.
I did.
Nice.
Quarter size branches there. And then when I land, I put my fingers into the tree, completely negating all the gracefulness that I had to get up there.
He lands, he grips the tree, his fingers just sink into the bark as it shatters and crunches underneath him.
Full gargoyle style. So we went crouching to tiger, hidden dragon, and then just full gargoyle style.
Amazing.
Oh, athletics charms.
So these are my friends, Smiling Mountain, Adramalik,
Oh, nice to meet you.
and I am Dirham. You are?
Here is your ravishing friend.
I would like to know that as well.
I am Lore of Autumn.
Writing that down.
As all characters go catatonic for a moment as we all start notes.
Oh, interesting.
Can you spell that for me?
The word lore, the word of, and then the word autumn.
You writing a book?
Yeah, okay, got it.
Okay. Dirham. A good name.
What was my name before?
I don't know.
Yet you recognize this, I say as I just draw it a little bit out just to reveal it and make sure it is clicking with all parties.
Oh, wow. I didn't recognize that. When did you... Oh, wait, what?
I do.
Yes, you do. I got it down there. Yes.
I didn't know that he had a...
Puts it back away.
I do recognize it, as I recognize you, though I don't know the details.
As in myself.
Yes.
Do you see future?
No,
All
not the
right,
future.
Well, as curious as all of that is, and I'm dying to get to the bottom of it, we came here to speak with your tribe. There's
She's tribe? Who are you?
Oh, is she with the Beast Men?
the
Broken
Broken Horn
Horn?
tribe, you mean to say.
Sorry.
Yeah, we've actually never
Broken
heard them
Horn
called Beast
tribe. I
Men.
mean no offense.
Well, yes, I'm leading them.
Oh, nice.
You're their leader. Oh,
And you're exactly
Well,
what we
no,
wanted to
no,
know.
I'm not their leader. I'm just leading them.
As in their current leader is indisposed, or their current
No,
leader...
like there's like a thing that leads you
As in,
like an albatross.
like a guide, like a
Yeah.
wayfinder.
or the leader of this hunting party.
Yeah.
Oh, as in they needed help, and I have come to help them
And what do you
Oh.
aim to help them do?
to take Nechara
Why? I say, I'm very like, why? Yeah.
for the information.
What information?
The library?
The Hall of Records, yes.
What did you
And
just...
what is it that you aim
Yeah.
to find in this Hall of Records?
I don't believe I'm actually allowed to tell you that.
I mean, why not? You can tell
Allowed?
us. We're all talking friends here. We're all having an honest conversation. We told you our names before even knowing who you were. The least you could do is tell us what you aim to find in this city.
Also, we might want to
Perhaps
too,
we
so
could
to
help you. I broke into the Hall of Records myself.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Well, let's go
All
ahead and...
baseline.
and I'm kind of like, when? Like, I
I
look
wanted
confused, but I'm
to,
like,
so there's a little bit of like
that's not the same, and you know it.
I know it's not. Yep.
All right, give me your presence manipulation.
Alrighty then.
Oh, strings!
This is gonna be real bad.
And we got to work on like a code for me to help you with this kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, so Adramalik, as he's saying this, he's totally like just keeping a level like head, a calm, relaxed posture. He doesn't trip over his words as he's saying this. He exudes an aura of confidence and bravado of a thief of seasoned years. Can I get any stunting on that?
You can have a 1-dot stunt, yes.
Let's get the...
We'll see about that after this roll.
As you make your
to be good at these things, you're
bold
a thief.
assertion, she
Lying
looks
through
at
my
you.
teeth.
She looks at you with a curious look and turns to study you herself.
Okay,
Giving a
well,
very
I...
piercing
Truth
glance.
discerning gets.
Oh, fuck no, please don't tell me she has a charm. Well,
Of course she does. I have the same thing.
As
I
if
hate
to
lying.
say, she
Hang
will
on,
eat
you're
this
you don't,
motherfucker
what
alive.
makes you think she's a solar?
I don't know.
Oh, you're
I don't
right.
know.
She
The
can
fact that
smell
she's
your
looking
lies.
at me.
She could also just be a normal person.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, with the
Yeah.
6d10, I rolled a 7, so 7
Wow.
successes. A very good roll. I got 2 10s, a 7, 8, 9.
Yes, it is. Okay.
I'm
She
lying
looks-
the best I possibly could lie because there's truth in my heart. I wanted to break it. Okay.
That is true. That's damn true.
She looks at you. Well, be that as it may, it's not my information to share.
Fair enough. I just asked.
Yes.
Perhaps we could help each other. That is all. We don't aim to have any bloodshed that is unnecessary.
She looks at
Especially
you
for
curiously.
simple tasks.
What do you mean?
Well, the city is, of course, very valuable to us as a port and as a place of refuge for people that can produce goods and everything of the like. And we were perhaps looking of setting up a sort of home base there. Perhaps it is of use to you as well, and we aim to keep the city as standing as possible, regardless of the outcome.
Well, I don't know that you really want to be basing yourself there, but I guess to each your own.
The Nexus is
Wait,
definitely a better base, but
Well, not basing per se, as in like main base, but like side base. You know what I mean? Yeah.
all right. Well, now that this paragon of humanity has really reached into the depths of our soul, we also would just like the innocent people not to be hurt unnecessarily.
Yes, they are trying to live peacefully, and as I understand, the tribe has attacked there once before, have you not?
Oh, I think they have. I'm sure that's why they asked for help.
That does make sense.
What we're saying is, if there's a way to find a compromise here, perhaps whatever the goal is of the Broken Horn tribe, without hurting the people, the innocent people of Nechara.
That was what I was trying to say. Thank you.
The innocent people?
Yes, the people trying to simply live. Not everybody is here for wartime. Some people are here simply to go from day to day and be with their family and loved ones.
But they're still part of the realm, aren't they?
Yes.
and that makes them my enemy and yours.
Wait, the realm?
again.
Oh, you mean like no expand? Yeah, I think I get what you're saying, but continue.
They're a part of the realm.
Realm, like because they're part of the current structure of things.
As in realm
The,
of
the realm is the name of the empire.
That's what
the
I
empire
figured.
of the
They
dragon.
don't
Yeah, yeah,
directly
yeah.
work for the Immaculate Order just because they are members of the realm.
No,
They're just people.
but they're still part of the realm.
Yes, though they don't support it as fervently as others do. I don't believe that they wish to take as much part, merely exist.
They would continue.
Very well. Just because there's a larger power at play here doesn't mean that they can simply say no and fight back. However, they can say, we want no part in the bloodshed, but we'll still exist here with you. We're hoping that they can do the same with this tribe.
And beyond this, because they are so much less amicable toward the Empire the most, it would not be hard to push them all the way. So rather than having a city of dead neutral people, you could eventually have a city full of allies, which is a much better position to be in the long term of defeating the Empire.
Well, we're going to take the city. We're going to take what we need. And then I guess we'll see what happens.
Who are you working for?
Give
You don't
me...
sound like you're doing this for yourself.
Who are you working for?
Ourselves.
Ourselves.
Are you?
Yes.
Yes.
It was your own choice to come out here to meet with us.
Yes.
Yes.
It was
Yes,
directly my
actually.
choice. I suggested it, and they all were like, yeah, why not, Mountain?
She turns
They-
to Dirham. You serve him?
I work with him.
You serve each other.
She perks an eyebrow at that.
It's called cooperation. Lord of Autumn.
Lore.
Lore of
L-O-R-E.
Autumn. Lore of Autumn.
Yeah, Lord. With the... So you serve someone, which is why you said it's not your secret to tell.
That's right.
Could you bring us to this person? We would
we
very
talk
much
to
like
them?
to meet them.
It's,
So they can tell us the secrets?
It's quite a far journey. I don't know if you'd much enjoy it.
Is it... Do we
When
have to
you say-
die? Yeah, like,
yeah, I'm sorry.
that's pretty
Are you-
foreboding.
I
I mean, we've
assume
looked
you
at all
were
of
in a
creation.
camp nearby. You can't have strayed too far from the bulk of the army you're leading.
Yes, but I was sent here.
Someone
My
else.
superior is still back where I came from.
While this dialogue is going on, Dirham is just sort of studying Lore of Autumn, sort of just with a bit of a curious, inquisitive look, and just assessing based on the name that he's heard and whatnot, just thinking back on all of his readings and studies and whatnot as to whether or not that's picked up as a name of note in any sort of mythos or rumors, legends, things of the like.
Okay. Give me your intelligence lore. And yes, you can have a 1-dot stone.
I'll take it. 5.
5. Okay. You think back over what you've read, and you are... How familiar are you with the history of the East? Is it the direction that you would have given most study to? Like the
Heard all their
scavenger lands
artifacts.
versus the South or the North?
I think more so towards wherever the Empress was most prominent.
That would be the center, but...
I mean, that's probably where he would have focused because that's where a lot of his inspiration came from for what he does.
Okay. Although you didn't devote that much effort to studying random scavenger land tribes, you're pretty certain that you've never heard of somebody by the name of Lore of Autumn.
Okay. He just continues to listen as he allows Mountain and Adramalik to sort of ping pong the conversation for lore.
Yeah, just trying to figure out. So you're saying your leader, he's not here. He's like far away, and you've come here as a detachment to carry out his will?
That's right. She's very far away.
That's actually really good. I say to like, I look at like Dirm and everybody, and I'm like that they're just other people fighting the Empire. I mean, I thought it was just us. So I smile at him like, it's nice.
It is good news indeed, but again, we can help you achieve your goal. If your goal is solely control of something within the Hall of Records, we can obtain it for you without any unnecessary bloodshed.
She said the control of the city was part of the objective.
Yes.
Well, then again, we can help you dispatch of the leaders in the Immaculate Order. Whoever's in the city that opposes us, they can be removed and a puppet instilled as the head of state. And
That
there you
need of a
go.
barbarian horde, yeah, that's true.
It would
That
be a
way
lot
you-
better for the people. They would remain loyal, and they would provide their services and their labor and their contributions to your new empire, or whatever you intend on forging. It certainly is better than burning everything to the ground.
But you see, there are just too many powers in Nechara. Their dealings have gone too wide to be discounted. We can't simply take out one person and take over.
No, of course. I mean, there's more than one person, and that's why we're offering our aid.
Demonologists, spirit powers, god-blooded, many different powers at work in Nechara.
So point us in the right direction. Tell us what you're after. Tell us who we need to defeat. and we can help you.
She looks toward Dirham. Are you assassins?
No, we are not assassins.
Yes, we are. Oh, and Adramalik said that at the same time and then looks over.
I shrug neutrally, like.
We are not assassins. We're people trying to establish peace in a land that, well, has never seen it before.
Well, there are many that will need to be removed from the city for us to take it without unnecessary bloodshed.
Then allow us some time, at least, to get as many of the civilians out of the city as possible. Perhaps with the encroaching horde, they will flee for shelter in the hills or something. At least be out of the city when it is sieged.
Now, hold on a moment. You said you were seeking information, yet you need to take the city.
Probably part of the deal, yes?
The city will be a useful staging ground for when we push further into the Empire.
So is it information or is it a conquest?
It's both. The information is mostly of use for the tribe, but the positioning is what my teacher seeks.
So it seems the tribe wants the information, but your teacher wants the position.
That's true.
So,
We must extend the total control.
this is your first place, though.
Oh, no.
You have other controlled cities?
Oh, yes.
Father Conquest?
Well, that's good. All right.
How have we not heard of any of these? No one in town spoke of any news of any conquering going on to the east.
Oh, we're to the north somewhat from here.
Ah, well,
That's good.
forgive me, I mistook you. Very well. Well, Rakim,
What is your goal other than get rid of Empire? Which is a
not
great goal.
Enough of a goal?
There
there needs to be a new governing body established
Yes.
after the fact.
The Silver Pact will rule.
The Silver Pact.
And this is perfect, yes. So what does this entail?
Dirham starts thinking heavily on the Silver Pact.
Okay.
I assume that's the
Roll
organization
it.
she works for.
Where is part of yes?
I just want her to tell us who her teacher is. Like, just give us some info, Just give us some...
I mean, you got to work harder for that than just saying, hey, what's the name of your
Hey, who
master?
are you?
Hey, we told you our names. You tell us his
Lady,
name. That's fair.
Our organization is called the Cool Guys. Now you
Her.
tell
She
us
did
yours.
say, she did refer to her teacher as a female.
Yes, we do know that as well.
I got a 1.
Cool. No, you have not heard of something called the Silver Pact.
Laura, what is the Silver Pact?
Yes. What do you stand for?
We stand to right the wrongs of the usurpers.
Dragon-blooded.
Yes.
And are there anathema among your ranks?
Stop using that word.
She, at that word, turns very sharply toward you and hisses, "Do not use that word."
I look very exasperated in an honest way because I am, and I'm like, we tell him many times this is not. He is very new.
Dear
Apology.
Dirham very deftly, with the dragon's eye wand just resting on his legs, grabs it by the barrel and just thwap Adramalik on the side of his head, with the butt of it.
I'm gonna use my charm.
Got a perfect dodge, a non-damaging attack.
Hey man, it's all about style. He's
Hey,
right
it's
to
once
do
per
so.
scene if he wants to do it.
No, actually, I have a different one. I
Oh.
can successfully evade an attack that I don't. No, hang on. What is it? Damage from an unknown source. I can immediately set my evasion to 2 and increase the rating depending upon the attack roll.
So that's because normally when you get attacked by an unknown sources and something that you have no idea where they're coming from, you
Right.
get no defense.
Right. So this will. I at least have. It's called reflex sidestep technique.
Well, this
as
is
I-
not an unknown thing. He's literally standing right next to you.
Okay, then can I
and then
just,
comes
like-
to just go bam.
Just be like, wait, hey, stop! You're gonna knock Uber off.
Yes.
Stop.
All right, let's get your melee dex against his evasion. He could
Sorry,
have just he could have just taken the thwap.
That's what I'm saying. He's the one who did the wrong, but he's gotta fight it.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
That is the way of the Exalted.
I stunt as I said.
Cool. You know, I'll give you a 1 dot, sure.
I'll take it.
And Greg, you can have a 1 dot, which raises your evasion by 1.
Okay, so my
For
evasion
your
again is
stunt of I move out of the way.
Okay, so it's.
As I roll fire on this, but the fucking lore. So that's an 8.
So I have it's dexterity plus dodge plus the stunt halved, right?
The stunt isn't halved, but dexterity plus dodge, yes.
So dexterity plus dodge is 11. and
11?
Do I have to roll? Am I
Well, no,
rolling?
because
It's halved,
11 discipline would be
Have
you should only have max of 5 for an ability and 5 for a stat.
I
So it
have
should be
I have
max
a
of
bonus
10.
thing for dodge for close range attacks.
Ah, okay.
So that gives me the extra 1 to 11.
So that brings
that's
you to
half.
6, so
That's
7.
6. So I get 7.
And I got 8.
Flap.
Flaps him and then looks back to her. We're trying to teach him to stop using that word. He won't stop using the word.
Well, I don't see the problem if there's...
It's offensive.
What would you rather I call them then?
Oh,
Changed, gifted, anything else.
Do you have any of the gifted among you who intend on laying waste to this city?
Among us here, there's only me, but I should be plenty.
I would agree for a city. I mean, I don't know what you can do, but probably, yeah.
I guess you'll find out.
Maybe we'll leave. We will see. This is why I wish to know what your organization is about.
Our organization is about overthrowing the usurpers and putting ourselves in charge so that we can rule this place better than those who have attempted to in the past,
What does better imply?
in ways that won't break the world, kill those who seek to help, or let the world fall to the wild.
I like the sound of all of that. I'm going to be entirely honest. I think that's honestly what I've been trying to do in my own way for some time. Is there like a sign-up sheet? Where do you recruit members for your organization?
Recruitment is more about being chosen.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
I mean, we're also keeping a very low profile, so I mean, don't take it so hard.
No, that's fair. Look, we're here because we came for information.
And what information is it you seek?
I
Well,
feel like we've gotten all the information we can.
I feel like we've gotten a lot of
Yeah.
it. We know why you intend to attack the city. We know what you aim to do with it in the future and your goals. All that we ask now is that you harm no innocence, but given the nature of bloodied conquest, that seems rather unlikely. So I would like to make a proposal. Give us a couple of days to return to the city and evacuate as many of the civilians as possible
They won't
before
go.
you begin your assault.
They will not go. They're safe behind their walls, or safer behind their walls than if they leave out and they've been taught that the people coming are a slavering barbarian horde. There's no way they're going to go off into the undefensible wilds to be picked off.
He's right.
But if we could allow them to leave the city
They won't
for
go.
the duration of the siege.
Allow implies
how
they're
long do you
willing.
intend on sieging the city? Is it going to take a week? Is it going to take a month?
Oh,
That's up to the force.
I should have the walls down quickly.
Oh, okay. Well then.
This sounds very impressive.
Lord of Autumn, I believe your focus is misguided. I don't believe this is the place where your wrath is warranted. These people are not acquiescing to the Empire. They are coexisting because there's a larger force, but they don't want to support their efforts. So you're attacking individuals who are stuck in between your will and the Empire's. You're harming indiscriminately.
Then they can surrender.
Will you give them that option?
Of course. There's no sense wasting resources.
Well, I'm glad you recognize that, finally. I feel like you were much more content to burn it all
Yes.
to the ground.
And
They'll be taken back to Mahalanka and
And what?
become part of the control zone.
What does
What
that mean?
capacity?
And obviously, George Dirham is honing in on the location that you just revealed,
Mahalanka!
Melahanka, to try and know anything about the traditions, the norms, the means of leadership and authority, how down to clown they are with just, I don't know, kind of sounds like slavery, just that buzzword that we like to keep throwing around in this.
Sounds like a little bit of it.
Okay. You can have a 1-dot stunt.
Come on, please give me something. 3.
3.
Not bad.
You
Better than
have
1.
heard of Mahalanka, and you've heard of it because it was one of the places that while you were in the Immaculate Order, you were told under no circumstances should you ever go there.
Did they tell you why?
We
While
should
you
have
were
gone
leaving?
there. This is our fault.
Yeah, were we ever warned for
Like,
for
why?
what reason, or was it just like the
No, it
forbidden
was
zone?
it was the you are a young pupil. Do not go there. That's all you need know.
It was elephant graveyard. You never go there, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Okay. Returning back to our last conversation point. Yes. What is control zone?
The total control zone, yes.
Can you explain further? Because we are all in the dark here.
That world doesn't mean anything to us yet.
It
Honestly.
is where the Thousand Fangs army has established our dominion.
And what are they to do there once they are in the control zone? Why could they not just stay within the city and live out their lives?
Because we will be using it as a staging ground for attacking the realm. If the citizens civilians were to stay there, then they would undoubtedly be killed in the counterattacks from the realm should they manage to reach the city. So instead, they'll be relocated to Mahalanka, where they will be allowed to live out their lives, meager though they may be.
So they're just being moved, and they're going to live there.
Because the
and-
city is being used more as a fortress than as an actual place of commerce and resource gathering. It is
Correct.
much more of a fortress. No, this makes perfect. Again, being very all my war knowledge, I'm like, no, this makes perfect sense. This is a good plan.
2 questions, George. One, based on what Lore of Autumn said, and based on my own understanding of the Empire, the realm's sort of means and functions through the annals of history and their norm in terms of combat and war, would they usually just straight up kill civilians like that? Is that a normal tactic, or
If they were believed to be harboring or corrupted by anathema, yes.
Okay. Cool. Second question, which is in-game. And what kind of lives would those people be given back in Mahalanka?
They would be given lives according to their means. Those who are able to work and produce and improve our place.
prosperity of
Yes,
the
our
realm.
prosperity. Improve our prosperity would be allowed to work and contribute. Those who do not would be given some meager provisions, and they can live out their lives in whatever useless manner they choose.
What is it? Do you have? Is it like caste system?
I suppose you could call it that, though there are not many rungs to the latter.
Gotcha. So it is born there, work zone, and then better.
And the army,
So
and then
it is
better.
caste. Okay. I mean, this sounds fair to me. So you were born in Mahalanka?
Oh no, I went there to study.
Where
That's
were you
where you
born?
met your master? Who was that?
Where'd you
again?
come from? There doesn't seem to be any common thread between people who are chosen or have been. I don't know.
I come from further north.
Yes. How did you become you?
That's a very personal question.
Yes. I say and I smile.
Would you be inclined to answer? We could tell you our story.
I will totally throw, unless it's impossible, then I'll throw.
You can throw, you can throw charisma presence at it.
All right.
Also, George, as we're having this conversation, and Dirham has obviously gone silent because there's lots of things for Greg to think about. Dirham is sort of just studying her full form and looking to see if there's any identifying features beyond the wrapping around her neck, the loose-fitting clothes. Is there any weapons we see? Pouches, things of the like? Just to explain, Dirham is trying to connect the dots because she somehow identified his sword, or at least reverberated with it. So now he's searching for a like tether to sort of piece together what's going on.
Perception awareness.
Okay.
And you can have a 1-dot stunt.
Mountain will kind of relax his posture and hold out his hand, but in much more of a symbolic way, less of a I'm reaching for her hand or for her. There are not many people like us, and so there are not many people in which we can share these stories with and have them truly understand what these moments are like. And so I do not mean to offend you in any way. I simply wish to, from one person who gains strength from their past to another, know more. And I, of course, will share mine with yours, so that way you may gain from my experience. Strength for strength.
Okay, you can have a 2-dot stunt.
I got a 6, FYI.
Okay. On her person, you don't see anything that is particularly triggering of memories for you. You can see that she does have what looks like 2 smallish blades tucked away on her back in easy reach, but they don't look like anything special from what you can see. Maybe a minor artifact, nothing quite as impressive as your sword.
Okay, not as notable, at least in presentation.
At least in presentation.
Okay.
I got a 10. I did pump it 4, but I got it was a fucking amazing roll.
Okay. Very well. Tell me yours.
Okay. We were fighting a creature. We were actually with the Immaculate Order at the time, and the comrade saved me. And when he did, he began to glow. We were then told that we had to put him down, though he had been a good man and did not appear to change in any way. All he did was gain strength that could have been understood, could have been utilized, and they just wanted to destroy it blindly. And so we made the hard decision to turn on another good friend on a mentor because it was right. Could feel what was right in the moment. And as we struck out against him, I guess the best way to say it would be woke up.
What were you hunting?
Turns out the friend.
What months?
The Immaculate Order Ruiz, I am unaware of, know where what they would refer to as what my friend said are going to appear. They clearly knew that someone was going to ascend in that moment. They just got it wrong.
So what monster were you fighting
A
when he
bestial
ascended?
creature.
He is a beast of some kind. I'm unaware of what. No, wait, I am aware of what, so I
What
can't
did
say
it
that.
look like?
A moon.
Okay. Now you can
Which
give me perception.
I know because I assumed that that's what she is, and I say, like you, yes.
You can give me a perception socialize.
You got it.
Oh wow.
I don't. Mountain doesn't lie. You want to come, you come.
Yeah, Dirham is just,
3, 4, 5.
besides his
6.
minor interjection, he's just quietly listening.
Yeah, Azramalik is just absorbing all this information. This is all like new
I'm
stuff.
dropping so many dice. There's one more. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. I expect you kind of expect some kind of anger or
Grimace or tensing of some kind.
yeah.
there.
But no, it's just a momentary bit of sorrow that seems to cross her face.
After I see that, I will say I do not make excuses for what was done. There was no opportunity for talking, and I understand at that time we were an enemy. As obviously I was fighting for my lives, so I'm sure you understand as well.
Yes, of course. Death comes.
Indeed it does. And you?
And me.
Way harder than asking for a name. I'm asking for an ascension story.
I was a student of lore. I traveled as much as I could with what little I had to learn the stories of various places. And as I did, I ran afoul of unpleasant sorts. And in that moment, Luna chose me.
What creature were you hunting?
I hunted just a creature of ignorance, I suppose. Not everyone ascends through a hunt, though I have learned to appreciate the hunt since then.
Yes.
My teacher has taught me well in that regard.
You speak frequently of this teacher of yours.
Like
Who
you?
is he or she? They sound like a great person.
She is, yes.
And who is she? I mean, if I follow through and join your order at some time, I assume I would have to go through some trial or meet them.
Are you chosen by Luna?
Oh, I
it's
must
only
be
Luna
chosen by
people.
a Luna in order. Okay, I see now. The Silver Pact. Yes, yep, it's all making sense. Okay, no, I was not chosen by a Luna.
Does this matter to the Silver Pack?
Oh, you are free to do what you will, as long as you do not repeat the events that led to the breaking and the usurpation.
I don't know what that means, right?
No. No idea.
I did not know what this means, so it would be hard to avoid.
Well, you had your chance. Your kind had your chance at rule, and it led to the world that we have now.
So we were the last ones in charge.
I was never in charge
Oops.
of anything, for the record.
Yes, I think you were referring to our ancestors.
Yes,
Not
and
for
now it will be
nothing.
our chance.
Not for nothing, lore, but we don't know what our ancestors did. We're picking up the pieces as we go, but we're trying to do right with what we have.
But you have much to learn.
So do we all? I mean,
Some of
you're here
us
for knowledge as well.
more
You
than
intend
others.
to retrieve information from the Hall of Records.
Well, I don't particularly care about the information in the Hall of Records, but the people who asked us here do, and I am certain that there will be very little in there to be of use to my teacher. Her knowledge is far better than most in this realm.
And you do not have any of non-lunar choosing among your people.
Oh no, your kind would be welcome to come to Mahalanka if you so choose.
But do you have any now?
There may be. It's been some time since I've been there.
You did say it was a ways away. How far in terms of travel would it take to get there? Or how long?
Oh, well, you brought your horses, right?
Yes.
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 Well, by horse,
We're not walking.
by horse, maybe 2 months, but by Agata, 6 days.
And the people who are awakened are not hunted?
Throwing some lore at Gata?
Agata.
Agata? What is Agata, George?
Unless we know. Is it a common sense
Yeah,
thing?
unless that's just a thing we all have.
Cool. All right.
It's
Just
not.
making sure.
Yeah, that one time I woke up, took my Agata to work, I assume this is some creepy ass bug monster thing that you ride.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Or demon horse, something that if Strings knew about, he'd just be mortified and also awakened for Invincible 3.
Okay, you can roll it. You can have a
Okay.
one dot stunt.
Cool. Ooh, that's a botch.
Is it really?
It's a giant fish.
Yeah, one success, 4 ones.
Okay, I guess I can stop looking it up, but
Yeah, George, tell me a
good.
tale. Tell me a long, goofy tale.
It's a big fish, like an angler fish, that puts its lantern inside of its mouth. You walk in, and it swims through the ground in giant underground caverns.
Anagata is a creature born of the clouds. It materializes into a shape that is somewhat like a horse, but a little bit stubbier in legs. But it doesn't really matter because even though it makes the running motions, it's actually flying through the air, carrying you from one place to another. Unfortunately, it's very hard to make use of this travel as they require constant tribute along the way. And if you should run out before you reach your destination, then it will dematerialize, dropping you to the earth.
I'm sorry, tribute?
Yes, tribute.
Oh,
Like
Baubles,
like
money, blood.
Yes, no, they
food.
specifically want coin.
Man,
What does a
I'm an
horse gonna
idiot.
spend money on?
Okay.
A flying horse walks into a bar, and it's
It is
Dirham.
rumored that it's actually a demonic creature that is used in order to deplete the currency through the world and thus weaken the realm itself.
it's a gold sink. It's an in-game gold sink.
It's a gold digger. Okay then. Dirham takes a moment to look around and goes, I don't see your Nagata. Is it hidden? Where are you hiding it?
Oh, it's back at the camp.
Don't you need to pay tribute soon?
She looks at you confused for a
Dirham
moment.
looks as genuinely concerned as he possibly can.
No, I believe that
Okay.
the binding's not due to expire for some time yet.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
You sounded very glad. That was very good. Yeah, that was good.
I was just worried about Vadam's well-being. Moving on.
So you want to overthrow the world to make a better world in its place?
Yes.
Or
The
yourself and
dragon-blooded
all
could
those
not
things.
do it. The solars could not do it. So the lunars will.
Well, the Slothers
I see the
were
logic there.
slaughtered by the dragon-blooded.
Yes,
so
because they were destroying the world.
Oh, were we?
I did not know that. So thank you.
How were we destroying the world?
How exactly was that
Just an
happening?
example would be nice. Just one.
Just so I know to avoid in the future.
How, she looks at you, Mountain, how strong are you?
Very?
And have you been
very-
gripped by madness yet?
I don't. I look at the arm. I'm like, I haven't been gripped by madness. Have I? I don't know.
Sometimes I think you're a little crazy because you don't eat the wonderful salads I prepare. Like
I have
all of
eaten
them.
those salads. They just did way more. It's not. No.
He gets
You've never-
emotional, but that's usually controlled. I mean, he's
I mean,
I'm barely.
he
what madness are you talking about?
tempers himself.
When you experience it, and when you awaken after to the aftermath of what you have done, then you will know.
There's a look of
Are we-
abject horror on
are we
Adromalic's
cursed?
face.
That is that is a good word to describe it.
How will I know that it's coming?
I don't know. I'm not one of you. I've never experienced it.
This is true. You just know more than me.
I know stories that my teacher has told me from the days before, but I did not live through it like she did, so I cannot say.
All right. Well, I certainly hope you do not come to harm the city, as it has been very nice talking to you.
Are you seeking to take down the city right now?
How far out? I mean, do you have to move an army? Probably.
Is it
another
you, or is it you and more?
3 weeks they have.
Well, it's closer to 2 now, but
It's true. My apologies.
yes, moving an army is slow. I could be there tomorrow if I chose, but alas, I must move at the speed of them.
What can you do? Like, I can jump really far and stuff. What can you do?
Give me a...
These are all genuine questions. I'm not even probing
give
for
me a
like.
charisma presence roll.
I legitimately am like ready to be like, all right, have fun storming the castle. All right, back to Nexus, guys.
Yeah.
It's 1, 2, not this. Oh wait, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She's gonna turn you into a frog.
I accept
Very
this.
nice frog.
Very strong frog.
Jacked.
Very big frog.
Well, stuff like this. And she leaps to the ground deftly. And as she does, before she contacts it, she begins to shift. Her form grows and grows a lot until it is about 25 feet long as she transforms into a large lizard-like creature covered in bony plates with a thick club-like tail, which she then turns, swings it around, and just clear cuts the trees around her.
She just turned into an ankylosaurus? Is
Yes.
she a dinosaur shapeshifter?
That
Yes,
is the coolest thing I've seen in my whole life.
That also takes out your tree, so I will need some dex athletics rolls.
I just
What a
land.
bitch!
I just land fine. I'm gonna grab Dirham though. Can I try and grab him
Yes.
before I activate my charm?
Yeah, Adramalik will just like stare open mouth like, that was fucking awesome. And then
Yeah.
like realize that the tree is like falling over and be like, oh crap. And then do,
Everyone
like,
can also give me a perception awareness roll.
a backward somersault somersault, Uba clinging to the the hem of his shirt as I somersault backwards through the air.
Not gonna
Yeah,
pump
if
that.
Dirham sees that Mountain's got him well in hand, he'll sort of just lean on him and then sort of assess what he's looking at and like take in as much detail about her and her actions. He's basically just battle analyzing right now, just to make sure he's like put that in the vault
Ready,
for later.
yeah.
Can we get some stunts for that? That was some good stuff right there. Can Craig and I get some stunts?
You can have 1 stunts.
Yeah, baby.
I got a 3 for my perception roll.
Ooh, all right. My dexterity athletics was a 3, so not the best. but
No, I was like, you got it. You're a Beyblade. You'll just spin into the ground and be
I'm
totally
so
fine.
shocked by this. And then my perception, what was it? Perception
Perception awareness.
I have 6 for that.
Is this an ambush? No. Okay, I got it too.
Okay.
It's such a stupid specialty.
All right,
I
also
hate
3
that I
for my
chose it
perception.
now because if ever George says yes, it's an ambush. We know it's an ambush, and now I have to roll to see if I know it's an ambush. It's so dumb.
Ambush. The ambush specialty applies on join battle rolls when you are being ambushed, which is important.
Okay.
And you have
Well, then
a
I'll
much
take it.
better
You did
specialty
choose
than
good.
I have. I chose fighting multiple people, and I could have just chose punching.
All right. There you go.
Yeah. And
got it
so
too.
2. And what did you get, Adramalik?
3 for my dodge, or my 3 for my athletics, and 3 for my perception.
Okay, cool. All right, no, you all land fine. You all land perfectly fine, unless you choose not to.
Yeah, before I hit the ground, like kind of a vestigial bear like appears and just is like, poof, and
shit.
kind of does the landing before me, and it softens me because that's the only way I see this working. I know it's the crane stance, but it's got to be something to it. And then I gently put Dirham down with a ton of dignity, just so much dignity.
The
Thank you, Mountain. Gives him a nice pat on the arm.
The giant lizard then begins to rear up on its hind legs, and as it does, it almost seems to push up into the air as it shifts from that form into that of an owl, which then sails into the air, flying over to one of the closest tree that did not get knocked down, before transforming back into the human form and looking down at you.
As genuinely as possible, I am like, that is absolutely the most amazing thing I've seen in my life.
As you
I
can
would love
see,
to learn how to do that.
the city walls will not bear much
They're done
challenge.
for, yeah. All right, well,
Yeah, Adramalik kind of like twiddles his thumbs and like looks at Rakeem, gives him like a big shrug, just like. I feel
well,
like
we should get our
found out-
ships out. We should get our ships out of there.
I feel like we found out what we wanted to know when we came here. I guess if there's any point in asking, is there any way I could have a staging grounds of my own in this city, given that we are not in direct opposition to
It's
each
not
other?
going to be a city.
Well, it'll be a military camp, and that's exactly what I need for my followers.
You would need to petition my teacher for that information, for that right.
Can he give you a leather?
Yeah, like, do I have to literally ride 2 months to talk to them directly face to face in order to have just a garrison of my own men at this place?
That'd probably be step 1. Yeah,
I could request an agata for you.
I am not super hungry. I don't know.
I mean, okay,
What?
yeah. No, not to eat, not to
Agava?
eat, Rakeem.
Agata.
No, he's not.
No, not Va. Oh, okay, that's his way. Confused.
You're going to need more coin, Adramalik, if you're going to get a Nagata. And then gives a knowing nod to Lord Autumn.
I don't know how much
returns your
coin-
look and in puzzlement and says, I believe my teacher would have handled that. At least if she desires your presence, then
I'm sure she would, given our potency as allies.
She hasn't seen our potency. We're just talking to her.
Well, yes, of course, but
it's true.
I mean,
And if not for Dirham, I probably would not be having this conversation with you.
and why would that be?
Because you would have been in my way.
Ugh, this would have been unfortunate for either of the parties, and so I'm very glad this did not happen.
Yes, so am I.
Are you saying you would have attacked us had Dirham not been here?
Of course, we must leave. That we must have the size of our force unknown, true magnitude.
And why is Dirham's presence accounted to that? Why did you not attack because of him?
Familiarity.
She looks at Dirham. You can't sense it.
Sense what? What are you talking about?
She pointedly ignores Adramalik.
Okay, no one's going to talk to me. You know what, Uber?
Just
We
don't
can have our
shh,
Uber.
don't know
How are
either.
you doing today, little buddy? And I pull Uber out.
Uba looks very shaken by the giant dinosaur thing and the owl, and goes, Asm.
Yeah, I know. Here, have a little grape. Have a grape. There you go. Ooh, ooh. There it is, right there. And
Takes
he
the-
like opens his mouth.
He shakes his head to the side a few times before eventually
Aw.
taking the grape.
Oh, there we go. He still wants to eat. That's a good sign. All right, there you go.
I now draw my inspiration for role playing Uba from my child.
He's a little monkey. He is a little monkey.
They are. It's the best.
All right. Well, I guess I will take you up on that. I'd like to expand my influence, and given that we...
She's still ignoring you and just staring at Dirham.
I don't know what her deal is with him. You know what I think it is? Rakeem, I think she likes him.
Talking
I just
over...
put my hand over your face during this. Right?
Talking over the B script, Dirham, who is looking at Laura Autumn as well, goes, I'm not sure I know what you're referring to. I suppose there's some sort of connection here, otherwise how would you recognize my weapon? But what do you mean sense?
She looks a little disappointed. It's hard to describe. Almost like a bond. Something old.
Between us?
Yes,
Is
I
it
believe
me,
our...
or is it my blade?
I believe our ancestors must have been bonded.
Azramalek nudges Rakeem. Oh, they were bonded, huh? There it is, right there.
Oh, like you and Uba.
There's a little spark. Well, not quite like me and Uber, but yes.
As in comrades, or...
I don't know the details of it. I mean, some of the bonds were purely platonic. People who traveled and worked together, and some were more.
Ooh, ask about the more.
I'm just gonna fully cover your face now with my giant hand.
And Dirham will pull the blade off of his back and then just put it, just stick it into the ground. And you recognized it from this, but you feel it from me.
Yes, I feel the connection to you, and the sword felt familiar.
That's surprising. Most people forget it quite instantly.
It must be a side effect of the bond.
Laura of Autumn, I think you understand my uncomfortability with the people in between your goal of war. Can you give me your word you'll do your best and put all of your power forward to making sure the people who are not deserving of your actions, that they're kept out of the way?
I will not be able to keep them out of my way. I will not go out of my way to seek them, but to do so would be a waste of time and resources.
Yet if you're going to try and be better than the current rulers, you have to be better. So if you're going to allow them to die, you're not doing any different. Can you be better? Will you be better?
It's one way of looking at it.
What is your way of looking at it? Could you use your weight as a powerful ally to tell your forces not to ransack the city?
Oh, if I tell them not to ransack the city, they won't ransack the city. But if these people choose to stand up against us or do not leave our path, then casualties happen.
This is understood. But if they are simply in their houses waiting to be moved to the zone you spoke of, then
And of course,
they will be fine.
any who surrender will not be harmed.
Then let us do this. You have what, 2 weeks before your force arrives at the city?
Yes.
Then why not allow us, as the reconnaissance for the city, which is what we were, to return and warn them of the force. Tell them that what they have will not be good enough.
They already know.
And that, yes, but to confirm and allow them the option to try to withdraw. Give them the opportunity. Those who actually want to keep their lives will withdraw. Those who won't, they've been given the fair shot. But we're at least giving the governing forces the opportunity. From there, what needs to be done will be done, and we'll stay out of it.
That's true. If people decide to stay and consolidate power, so be it. But
we're
if they
giving
are-
it to the leaders. We're giving the chance, we're giving the opportunity, and we can even spread the word to the people.
Honestly, if it's just a few leaders,
I thought you were not assassins.
assassins, no, but greater good is much import. If one person stands in the way of thousands living,
I'm not an assassin.
he is not.
I am an assassin.
He definitely is.
If the leaders were to surrender, open the gates and allow us in, then of course we would not be having any need to harm anyone.
We will ring the bells if the city surrenders.
They could just ring bells anyway. I don't want to. They would have to be like something specific. But
Okay, well, they
the
also
gates will be open.
gates.
The gates will be open. Yeah.
I mean, they might open the gates for other things, I guess. I don't know. But bells sound is very secular.
Maintain your timeline, Laura of Autumn. We'll do what we can, and you'll do what you'll
And
do.
when I arrive, if the gates are open and the heads of government await us outside, then I will know that you have completed your bargain. And if not, then I will take down the walls.
Well, what if the gates are open but there's no one outside? That's still okay.
No.
Well, what if they're dead?
Well, then their heads would be outside.
Oh, then okay. So it's either the heads or the literal heads.
Yes.
I like that. Okay, this is fine.
Either way, the heads will greet me if you have completed your task.
But what if they've left?
If they've left, then they've abandoned their posts and they're not the heads, clearly.
That's true. So what I'm saying is the gates could just be open. What if you come to an empty city that you just walk into and is now an outpost, which is what you wanted for?
If you
How do
manage
you
to
know?
evacuate a city within 2 weeks, then I will be very shocked until I remember that it's clearly a trap.
What?
How would you manage to clear a city in 2 weeks?
I can be very persuasive.
Where would they go? We would surely notice a city's worth of people leaving.
They're on the river. It is very likely that we could get a lot of people down boats. A lot of people could follow the river to Nexus, assuming Nexus would be willing to take on that many refugees. But there are many cities.
It's a long way to Nexus.
You are not wrong. However, as cities, as you said, you only want the city for its structure and as a staging point.
True.
There is a city's worth of resources that they can take on a caravan. In normal circumstances, in a normal wartime scenario, you take what you can carry and you run. In this situation, we are giving them the time to actually get what they need and leave. This is not an opportunity that would generally be so graciously by yourself be given.
Yes, but you would of course have to convince them that our threat is real.
This is part of it, but a lot of the forces, the people managing the forces, know that. The thing is now just convincing the heads that it is not worth the risk to their investment. Yes?
Well, that's your task to complete.
The point here is we're going to try regardless, and you're going to approach Nechara regardless. I do say this, though, Moravatum. Should I find that you've been killing innocents needlessly, you have made an enemy with me, regardless of whatever bond we have from times past, which I acknowledge here and now. Don't do that. I ask this of you, for whatever that bond means.
I'd not like to have you as an enemy, but I will do what must.
I believe that. Pulls the sword out of the ground.
Why were they friends again? I don't quite remember. What exactly was the thing that, like, they just liked each other or something in a past life? Huh. Oh, well.
She turns toward Adramalik. You wanted a Nagata?
Well, I would like to grow my influence, and I'd like to provide a haven for people like myself. And if your master permits it, then that would be something I would like very much, yes.
It will take 6 days for one to arrive, assuming she sends one, and then it would take you 6 days to travel there.
Do you take ones like him?
I'm sorry?
I know there are
order.
difference.
I don't think she's noticed yet.
Notice what?
Oh, he's. I'm just making sure because obviously we anticipated that you were in ascended like ourselves of some type, and so that's why we came out here. Me and Diram, or as you already know, as you called it, Solor. But Edr Malik is not, and he's not you either.
What is he?
I don't know. But,
Similar but different.
yeah, Mark. There's a Mark, but not like us.
Well,
not like you.
Then I'm sure my teacher would enjoy studying him.
All right, good. Just making sure that he would be accepted, and I put my arm on his shoulder because I am legitimately just looking out for you because I don't want you to go somewhere where you're getting murdered.
Yeah, I don't want to get murdered either. That'd be nice. Yeah.
You've spoken much about your master, and we've spoken much about many subjects, yet you still haven't given us a name.
Yeah, what's your master's name?
If I'm going to meet them, I feel like I would need to know whose presence I'm requesting.
Roxy.
Roxy. Oh, I knew a Roxy once.
Rakksi.
Not the same Roxy. This was an Roxie. Roxy.
Well, I appreciate you giving that much.
Oh, you're not throwing lore at it. Okay.
And I now...
Throw lore anytime. Throw lore anytime.
At everything I have mentioned offhand.
Of course!
Give me the history of the Ankylosaurus.
Of course I'm throwing lore at it, George. Why would I not? Why would I not?
That's your skill.
You got dice? Throw dice. 3.
That's the rule.
Okay. 3 successes. That's it.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not pumping anything, so there's too much shit that's popping up that I don't know what to pump for. So.
Yeah, it's
Roxy, you have heard of her because of your magical studies, or rather your studies of the arcane. She has a reputation as a legendary sorceress, also known as known to some as the cannibal queen of Mahalanka.
what?
Known to some.
to some.
Just the bad people there. She eats the bad people, probably.
Like jaywalkers, people who don't call before dentist appointments.
Well, that brings up something new, but I'll put that in the vault. Don't need to dig up that.
I feel like now's the perfect time to take that up. What are you talking about? We don't have any battle groups right now. This is the time.
Fuck.
I don't know.
I agree for dramatic effect, it's much cooler to let it lie, but I mean, for sensibility, it is.
Well, given that it'll take 6 days for the beast to arrive, I could accompany you both back to the city.
You don't even know if she's gonna see you. You speak in such certainty sometimes, Ojamalik.
Yes, I assume it's a war camp, if I'm being honest.
And I don't even think your master isn't here, is she? She's back home in the north.
Oh, in Mahalanka, yes.
Yeah, so it would take even longer. What's this?
No, it would be fairly quick to get the communication there.
People know so much more than us.
Mahalanka is, you said 6 day's travel via Nagata?
Correct.
Dramalek, I believe you may be more useful in the projects we have going on right now. Here.
Very well.
If you want to go, I won't stop you. I'm just speaking my opinion.
Could all
value
go
your
if you so choose.
Sounds pretty nice. We'll probably go eventually. Yeah.
I assume we will make the trip at some time, yes, but as of right now, I think our duties are required elsewhere.
Well, the city of 1,000 golden delights will be waiting for you when you're ready.
Now I kind
Oh,
of
is
want
that
to go
the name of them?
sooner. Yeah. I don't
okay.
know. It's weird.
Mahalanka.
Thank
Schedule
you.
just cleared up.
Thank you, Lord of Autumn. We will keep that in mind.
Bet you they don't have no slaves there, Dirham.
Busy eating them.
So we leave? What's happened?
Yes, I believe it's time to head back to the city. See if we can convince the heads of state to surrender, or if not, deal with them.
Well, we can also just take as many people as want to leave. People will do what they do.
I have one more question before we go.
Yes?
How did you know what we were? Dirham says, pointing to Smiling Mountain and himself.
I
think
did not know what they are. I knew, however, the bond I felt to you, and I knew the stories of those bonds, and there's always between a solar and a lunar.
There are connections between solars and lunars.
Correct.
The economy.
And his ability to jump up that tree points to him being chosen of some kind. And you have both indicated very strongly that he is as well.
I had no question about why you knew about him. Interesting.
Can you sense us though? But you could only sense him because of the bond. You can't. You don't just know how to sense.
There are some who can, but I do not possess that ability.
That is something. I look at Deer and I say, this is something we should probably hone if we are going to save more people.
Agreed. Well, thank you. As a individual searching for lore concerning the annals of time, I appreciate everything you've brought forward.
Of course.
Best
I
of
hope
luck.
this does not eventually end badly.
Me too. I hope the next time we see each other, it's in peace.
As do I. And if it is within the city walls after gates are opened and the leaders have prostrated themselves, then it will be. But I would not advise returning to the camp before.
This is a fair one and appreciated.
Well, we have some work to do.
May your strength guide you.
Be well, Laura Autumn.
No, I'm rooting for them. I hope they do it. I say as we're walking away.
As you begin walking away, she shifts into a chimpanzee form and begins monkeying away through the trees.
Jealousy is maximum.
Thank you so much for taking the time to enjoy our show. Come back next week for the next part of our adventure, or join our Patreon for early access to the next episode, as well as our Patreon exclusive campaign of Rippers. If you like our content, consider supporting the channel alongside our first patron, Bubble Dirt. But of course, don't forget to check out our tutorials and video plays on YouTube at The RPG Blender. If you want to stay up to date on our releases, you can join our Discord. Check the description for a link. Don't have Discord? No worries, find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at RPG Blender. Or subscribe on your podcast app of choice. Music is The Punk Rock Show by My Free Mickey. Copyright 2012, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution License. Thank you again, and remember, there's gaming outside the Forgotten Realms. Okay. And while he was saying that, everybody just saw the fly that tried to attack him, right?
Yeah, I've been fighting this thing for at least 30 of the hours. So.
Okay. Well, with that, last time our heroes, well, what did they do? They waited around in town for a day, found their friend.
Yeah, found
They
them.
then went out into the woods,
Did that.
did not catch a fly.
I did.
Oh, you did?
It's in your hand right now?
Oh, Mr. Miyagi, the hell out of it. Do you really want to? Is this what we need for the podcast?
Apparently.
No, you're not getting away.
Is this the YouTube
Apparently, I
exclusive
caught it.
information?
I caught it alive, but then
There you go. So, hey,
this is
so
the-
everybody make sure to subscribe and like so you can see our fly catching away.
if you stay awake for 40 hours, you will transcend time, and your body will become one with the universe. You will feel all things breathe around you.
Well, this is clearly the post,
also,
the post
we
little
play
stinger.
tabletops.
Anyway, you made your way out into the woods.